and looking at the internet forums, and more precisely on Facebook, because sometimes I follow a group of racing pigeon breeders. The last story appeared about Olympic pigeons. I mean, there is a discussion about these Olympic pigeons. Our pigeon 123 was a phenomenal pigeon. He is a phenomenal pigeon. By the way, he is already in the breeding ground, and also some nice ace pigeons have shown up now. But this pigeon, despite the fact that it flew phenomenally, was first, second and third. For us, the results are that the first pigeon sits on the ward 3 times, that is, well, they could actually be these pigeons, you get miracles. All the more so when a group of pigeons sits down. Let's say we have super trained pigeons, especially young pigeons, a group of pigeons sits down and this one has to enter 3 times first. This is truly something impossible to do. But as you can see, the breeders help each other. We do not recommend something like that, because it proves our sport, so we will later be perceived by such breeders, and unfortunately all the time these Polish pigeons will not be able to compete with Western pigeons, even for such reasons. Arek Bittner has such a great saying that the sport of breeders, pigeon sport, is a typically male sport. Well, if it is a typically masculine sport, we can call some things by their names. Doing the Olympians this way is typical rag, and we will never identify with it, and we will always talk and approach it critically. I would simply say, my dear friends, if I had such an Olympian, I would never enjoy this Olympian, I would not be happy with his sports result. If I had my job, which I have been doing with Arek very hard for 10 years, put some scam, some edge on the blade and then be perceived through this prism, then I prefer never to do such a result and sleep peacefully. But back to Adam, because here we enter the Olympic pigeons made with the unnatural method, let the relevant organs take care of it. But listen, the relevant organs are us, we are the ones basketing the pigeons. We are supervising the breeder who puts the pigeons in. And it is we who cannot allow such cuts to take place. Let's check these numbers. Let these committees be composed of several people, not one person ones, as it is the case in many branches. And we decide whether we allow such a possibility of fraud or not. You are also jointly responsible for it. Yes, because if such possibilities are cut off and the breeder will not be able to make such a crease, he will not be tempted to even make such a crease. But going back to Adam Kopitka, I just wanted about this construction. Adam's pigeons are well built, we are working with these pigeons all the time and we already have the results. The example of Zbigniew shows us another story, which says that some pigeons are on A, the other are on B, the third are on C category, and others are for marathons. It is quite the opposite. Zbigniew is brought up from ginger on gratis. From this ginger pigeons always flew on our young flights. The latter flights could dominate the unit, but those 100, 150 to 170 kilometers there was always a problem, even with the competition. And suddenly we add to the same inbreeding, these pigeons later flew great as yearling or 2-year-old pigeons. But as young ones they had problems with these categories, with the shorter flights. And suddenly we add a sister, this famous one, and suddenly Zbigniew makes us the first competition, the 4th, the 7th. On these stories, I do not want to lie now which, but they were the leading competitions, on short stories. And suddenly the male becomes the first ace of the squad for gratis. It was enough to improve the structure, because Adam's pigeons are characterized by the fact that they are beautifully built. They are, you might say, pigeons, as the standard should typically be. It was enough to improve the build of the gratis and these pigeons started to fly faster. We took pigeons from Adam later than from Krzysiek. We also work with these pigeons, but these pigeons show themselves from the very beginning. Adam is a typical breeder, The Copet cow family is a typical example of breeding based on his pigeons. So in their breeding loft, first of all, you can find racing veterans. The pigeons that participated in the flights, there are certainly no colored pedigrees. Only hard work and such breeding should be derived from, because then we shorten our path to success. Well, we have to work, despite the fact that we will acquire pigeons from such breeding. The best pigeons help the selection. We have to breed the best pigeons ourselves. Yes, exactly. And this is where we have to do the job. We try to make our films substantive, so that you can get the most out of them. If I'm chasing dupe here, I don't know, these 400 kilometers, Maniac another 200 kilometers and the three of us meet, then we don't want to tell you that I was here. I bought pigeons, it's fantastic, we just want you to understand something. So that you would perceive these pigeon breedings through a different gift, so that there would be no combination of some flight directions, some licks when releasing pigeons, or other stories that lead to destruction, to shutdowns. We want to show you our pigeon sport what it looks like, our look at these pigeons. We show it to you all the time. We want these films to be as substantive as possible, and that's it. We invite everyone to the YouTube channel Podymas, to visit the reports made by Manka. We think they are quite interesting. We wish everyone a good season. I hope that we open something to these breeders in this very important racing season, when someone has already closed these bags with good food and put the supplements on the shelf, because they are over. We advise you to return to good food and supplementation. We advise you to change this workshop a bit, as you will continue to look for these great flight directions, as you will not have a chance in competitive sports. If these tips will help someone achieve success, I think that we can make such films and it will be completely different this sport looked like in different years, in divisions or individual farms. We're also probably finishing. Arku, we greet all cordially. We wish you health these days, satisfaction with lovebirds and a successful next season. Let's hope we will meet at the national exhibition. Maybe we can do it. We will see how the situation develops. We hope that everything will return to normal soon. And that's all. Good flights.